sound. Everybody.
All right. First and foremost, we're gonna turn and face east. We're gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadai. I dub onto the Apostle Edison GMS. Citation to your brother Push Word of Truth. Truth into 74 pointers. We James Mississippi camp. And today, we all in not today. We all in some beautiful times, man. If you're not watching what's going on in the world, you on a motherfucking rock. To be honest with you. Hey, that's what I'm saying, but you on the rock, man. Because man, it's popping off over there, man. And like I said, Lord might turn it down, but guess what? Like the brother say, it's still gonna happen regardless. But we need some beautiful time. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so his brother going into it, man, you can't ignore it. You can't ignore prophecy, no matter what, Because hey, at the end of the day, the Lord gonna get a response, whether it be you under his covering and you in the know. Therefore, see, when you in the know, you move different. When you expect it, But when shit happen to you and it's unexpected, hey, then you shaking, you shaking up and where you're not really in your comforts, man. The Lord's stripping all this comfortability away from you Babylonians and basically throughout the earth, man. Because here it is. Hey, America about to get pulled in. America's about to get ready to be used in the earth, and just as the Lord has ordained it, for end time prophecy. Scripture say, hey, the least of the flock should draw them out. So America's biggest play in the earth is to come to the aid of the small hats, just so the Lord can finish you out, man. Just so the Lord can hit that what button was on the PlayStation? Reset. Yeah, hit the reset, man. And he's gonna do this throughout the earth, but he gonna take you Edomites, storm these elites, you nobles. He gonna use you to bring forth your nation back, just to build up the kingdom, just to rid you back out of the earth. What's that? Control, Alt, Delete. Hey, how about some y'all shots? He making moves. You got the prophets. Hey, you got the prophets coming back and kill. Hey, the warnings to your warning. Prophesied at the downfall of these nations. Start, your power source. Hey, your power, if it be shown that your gods ain't real. You got to go on. You got it.
Jeremiah 49:13. For I have sworn by myself, said the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the city thereof shall be perpetual waste.
Yep. And this is talking about the whole land mass of America. All this is going to be a desolate wilderness, a desolate waste. Why? Because what good is it serving in the earth right now? It's only pushing wickedness, man. It's Babylon is the standard of wickedness. So the Lord, hey, he's going to show you what comes along with that. With being that standard, he's going to, for one, he gonna lift up a standard against this place as well. But and it's gonna be on this side before the missiles hit. So, cause you're gonna see the power of the Lord on the earth. And again, for you niggas who won't, you can't really comprehend too well, by reading the signs of Brother Garrett, measured out the time diligently. Cause we're supposed to be reading these signs, man. And we're supposed to see. And you hold that, man. This one for the shadow. You got it.
I was gonna say, hey, this place, you said this place is going to be an example of wickedness. Doggone, that brings up the mind of Sodom and Gomorrah. He said he's gonna make this place as Sodom and Gomorrah. When you think of Sodom and Gomorrah, what do you think about? That destruction. Fire. Yeah, he said he was gonna make this place as Sodom and Gomorrah. Like he said, this is gonna be an example of witness because Sodom and Gomorrah was at its height of wickedness. This place is reaching its height of wickedness. So he's gonna show you what happens when a place becomes as wicked as Sodom and Gomorrah. He's going to show you what is the reward of a wicked or rulership, of a wicked or empire.
In 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 6, it says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto the house that after should live ungodly.
Make an example for us. For us, we will understand it how a wicked rulership is, what that leads to, the consequences, the actions. But also, after this page is destroyed, we can have a reference. But also for the other heathens, like if y'all get to that point, this is going to happen. But y'all ain't gonna be able to get to that point because Jacob, Yahweh Shah, is gonna be in rulership. But it's always gonna be that example. Hey, remember Sodom and Gomorrah. Remember America. Remember Babylon. Remember, never try to get to this point. Never try to get to this point. You see something going on, remember lost statute commandments, he cut it off. That way Yahweh Shah said, physician, he gonna cut off that long sickness.
Yeah, in America being that sickness, man, because all it pushes again is wickedness. It's not flourishment for the Israelites. It's to continue to keep you from your power, man. Because hey, what you kept from your power, hey, they stay in power. You read it on that.
Verse 7, it says, and delivered the just vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked.
Just Lot.
And delivered the just Lot.
Just
vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked.
But yeah, Lot was a just man. Ain't coming in the stand, coming in the lot of Lot. Just like hey, being those just men.
Yeah.
In the eyes of Yahweh Shem Shah. Because here it is. Hey, when the Lord he called us, but say brother brought out earlier, before he formed you in the belly, he knew you. So it was just like Lot as well, man. Just like Noah, before Noah prophesied the downfall of the whole world, it was already in Yahweh Shem Shah's mind what he was going to use Noah for. Just as in this time, man. Because hey, like in this time, my brother want to hold it 2 Peter 3rd chapter. Hey, the Lord, he using men because hey, it's already written. Scripture say, hey, how's it go? How the end is manifest from the beginning. Yahweh Shem Shah already spoke these words, and he's not gonna withdraw or recline or take back his words, man. Because this is gonna, for one, his son got to come and rule the earth.
I got that.
It's
a second. Maybe need second. Whenever you need it.
Okay, good. So his son got to come and rule the earth, and his son ain't gonna rule right along to a wicked judge, man. So hey, and this is why you got the separation. What that wisdom of some Solomon chapter 5, that's 10. Is it 2nd Ezra 10 chapter? How when the righteous are in authority? No, it's like how the earth is gonna be given to the righteous, in due time. Because the righteous king being his son, man. And hey, when he come, again, he's just gonna follow in what prophecy states, man. Because the scripture say he come in the volume of the book. So Yahweh Shah has only come to exhort his authority on the earth under the banner of his father's name.
Yeah.
Yeah, cuz you can go ahead and grab that Peter. Yeah, start right there with second flood.
6. 2 Peter chapter 3, starting at verse 6. It says, whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water perished.
Time of Noah.
Verse 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept and stored, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and the perdition of the ungodly men.
And then when you line this up with prophecy, it goes to show you who was in rulership at that time, man. In the time of the end. How Esau was the end of the world, Jacob was the beginning of it that followed. How the wicked, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Hey, but he haven't been completely stripped from the wicked yet, man. Because he had to return to build the desolate places, man. So Yahweh Shem Shah, when this man is put out of the earth, It's gonna be when his son is showing up. You know, it's gonna be when Yahweh Shah is showing up. You know, and because Esau he really can't fight against Yahweh Shah.
No.
You know, but shit, this mere mortal man, no,
Fight against our ring.
right? He can't fight. He can't fuck with our hand. Got you trembling in your boots. You know,
Elon on your ass,
right, man.
There's none of that tough shit no more.
Hell no, man.
Wearing your ass out though, you got this.
Yep. You got it.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of the prudent man is well ordered.
You read that again, Baba.
Come on, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
See, when Yahweh Shah's rulership, we're gonna be coming under the new covenant to where we're already gonna be instilled with the Holy Spirit, with the law, man, and we're gonna be perfected. You know, so the instruction is already gonna be in us. You know.
And verse 3, an unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
So hey, this unwise king now, man, he gotta be uprooted and taken out of the way because he don't even. Hey, what the nigga say, man? A motherfucker fuck with him, hitting the button. He gotta take everybody out. What the nigga name is up there in Yahoo? Yeah. He taking everybody out. You know. So, hey, but that's the mindset. I'm gonna smell shot once you in.
That's the dignity. Keep the whole floor.
God.
That nigga gonna play the field, and then you shoot on the ground, guys.
Yeah, so hey, that's the spirit, right? Because hey, you gonna meet some of them missiles, man. You know, you gonna meet them right along with your big brother. You know, you got it.
This Proverbs 29 and 2. It said in Proverbs 29 and 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Yep, and here it is. Hey, the earth is mourning. Hey, your own people are mourning in the earth, man. Hey, even before the wars, before the missiles were shot off, America's they knew some shit was coming. They posting every damn day. Every day is something. You know? Because here it is, they feeling that pressure, man. Shit, how about some y'all shot? And then you got the vibration of the prophets. You got the vibration of Yahweh Bahashim y'all shot. Through his prophets, hey, condemning the world, man. Condemning your peace. You know, because hey, man, you threw all that you got something? Oh no, you're finna say all that, you know, you just waking up, going to the golf, you know, or going to the golf field, you know, walking your dogs and shit, you know, and hey man, all that shit's about to be a wrap, man. The water, yeah, all that, just enjoying the earth, you know, but you destroying it as well, and you think you're supposed to be the only one just to enjoy the earth, man. Hey, even though the earth was made for our sakes, but everybody's gonna benefit, man, when we come in authority. Only Yahweh Shah, you know, because everything gonna be put back in its rightful order.
Hey, if people mourning, look, what people complaining about? Because it's look, people complaining about council, people complaining about the laws you set up, people complaining about the way you moving in the earth.
The way work set up.
The way work set up. How a man can't have authority over his own family. You know, the people are complaining.
Women complain, children complain, supervisors complain, everybody works complain, get supervised, everybody that goddamn war, man.
Life is complaining against you. See, when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn it. Oh, rough paraphrasing. You know, but watch how things change up in Yahweh Shah show. When Yahweh Shah showed us in the world how to live, you know, watch. You like, man, they're gonna be giving thanks. You know, man, this is beautiful. Man, I ain't know we could do it like this. You know,
You can say on the lower level, these nations, but how much more our people? You know, because the world was giving for our sakes again. Going back into that, so we finna really enjoy everything because what we've been on the bottom for so damn long. You know, and it was of course for our disobedience. You know, but hey, the Lord, hey, He's raising up He's raising up prophets, and guess what? Everything's gonna come out of the cluster of grapes. You know that? You got it? Oh, okay. So you got.
I was gonna say, he's raising up your future leaders, the world's future leaders. He's raising up the first citizens of the new world, of the new age. He's raising up the first citizen of the new age. You know, these are the inhabitants of that new era that's coming with Yahweh Shai. You know, that's gonna what? Lead creation in well doing.
You ready for
Yeah, correct. This is back in Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
And Yahweh Shai can't wait. Yahweh Shai can't wait to come Yahweh Shai can't wait to come and bring that war, you know. Can't wait to get his hands on you niggas, man. And you nations. For one, you're proud of the earth, man. You know, because here it is, and you put him to death. You know, so he still got that on his mind fresh, man. You know, that's what he only left a couple of days ago. You know, in the spirit, man. Hey, and he ain't forgot you, man. And here it is. You constantly showing that you're not his people. Because I just seen little breaking news earlier how the court they basically read it the law in Louisiana how they're not gonna put the 10 Commandments everywhere. You know, basically in the schools and all that. Hey, ultimately goes to what it talks to the ban of the Bible and all that. Why? Because they ain't got nothing to do with the Lord, man. You know. Got that
The new world order, like I had, it's a rulership directly under Satan. You know, that's another thing that least been sprinkled in society is Satanism. You know, because even the concept of self-worship, where people are just taking pictures of themselves all day, they worship themselves, looking at themselves all goddamn day. They love to talk and hear themselves talking shit. They going back to Satanism, man, because that's the tenets of Satanism, is self-worship. You build your own God. That's the rulership that this man is trying to bring to the earth. It's just like what the brother was saying, you know, Al Shai, he's raising up men, you know, to be joint heirs with him, to rule the earth in righteousness, man, to be the eternal example of righteousness, man. I got it quick, real quick, this Wisdom of Solomon 6:24, and it says, but the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of his people. It's the welfare of the world, because when Yahweh Shai comes back, everything's gonna be what given. It's gonna give its strength double time. You know that's because you know the world gonna heal through what Yahweh Shai's rulership, Yahweh Shai's way of living. You know, and why it's the welfare of the people, his people. Why? Because the way he's gonna go about things, it's gonna benefit us, but also the world and the rest of the nations once that 1,000-year period is over with.
See how even Esau gonna be done away with. Even the heathen nations gonna be able, they ain't gonna be able to go home to a house of the you know.
you could do it.
Sorry.
This is what we Al Shai spoken this. He did this sermon 2,000 years ago. Now we're seeing it happening, real time.
This is Matthew chapter 24, starting at verse 1. And Yahweh Shai went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him to show him the building of the temple. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, See ye all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Verse 3. And he sat up on the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world?
See, what signifying the coming of Yahweh Shai, the downfall of this, ultimately this Roman Empire, man. You know, you gotta go. You know, because again, it's had his ring. You know, it's had his time to rule. So therefore, those are brothers going into how the partners of the times, how the missiles gonna cut off Esau's ass just to bring in Yahweh Shah's rulership and his dominion in the earth. That's his cutoff point. The missiles. You know? That's it. That's the land and the sun, man.
That's a divider.
No, that's the damn right. That's the divider. Yeah, you could take real name.
With Job 14. Yeah. It's Job 14:5. It says, sin his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. That has appointed a bounds that he cannot pass. And like you said, the miss gonna be at that point. When he hit,
It's his bound.
that's it.
It's their reset. It's the reset button.
No, you got it.
Verse 4. And Yahweh Shah said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. Verse 6. Good.
So yeah, because there's only one doctrine, there's only one truth. You know, so can't be tossed to and fro. And because here it is, if you are tossed to and fro, and then you miss, you got one precept that can cut you off from the Lord and bring your judgment, man. Your judgment, Revelation 13 chapter. You know? And if here it is, if you confused about that, hey, everything is for nothing.
Yeah.
You know? Everything was for nothing.
Yeah. This is Job chapter 14, verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Hey, the Lord wanted that to come out twice, man. Hey, because shit, hey, he just doubling down. Yo, that's right. Yo, your rulership has an expiration date, man, and we coming up on that shit.
We right here at the end.
Yep.
Because, like, you know, like, when you're traveling, you know, you can be 3-4 hours out. But then, like, you can get within, like, 2 miles, especially traveling to a big city. You can see it miles out. You know, like, when you was 4 hours away, 3 hours away, an hour away, you can't see it. You know, like going into New Orleans, you can see New Orleans about 20 minutes before you get there, crossing that bridge.
Yeah.
So now you can see it. Like Esau's destruction, you know, these heathens going to captivity. Now you can see these things. Like we've been traveling a long time, but now we right here to where we can see it. It's cutoff point. You can see where the road is. You know?
Yeah, though we ain't fully.
I would add to it, speaking of the man, we can see that iron plate, you know, going into the prophecy in the day. Yeah, we can see the iron plate, see the iron plate going into the statue. So it's
small part of people. You know, so America, they still have some strength for the EU nation. Most of them weak as hell, you know. So we're seeing everything really about, you know, come to pass. It's just brothers getting into it. You know, yeah.
Because yeah, though we not fully, Earth is not fully into World War III yet. Again, those rumors, it basically those birth pains are increasing. You know, because hey, not only do we just hear of the wars, but this man, he's in the talks or in the works of buying his AI and his shit. You know, talking about his you know, basically what everything is leading to the sea dip. You know, now again the war, taking laws away from certain people. You know, the freedoms. Hey, just ultimately, which leading to this man coming down with the great record, which is gonna forge his hand, which is Jacob's trouble. You know, this shit. How about Shimon Shah pushing this man to do his business, which is he can't help but bring forth prophecy. You know, because that's his place, that's his role. No, yeah, they're broke. Finish read down there.
Verse 6, it says, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See ye that ye not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
So the end ain't yet, man. You know, we getting there though, like brother said. We can see it over the horizon, man. You know, we at the tail. We almost hit the tail, man. You know, because hey, again, this man, he still got Revelation 12:12 got to come to pass. Jeremiah 37. You know, Revelation 13:16. Hey, it still got to come to pass, man. So hey, we're in exciting times, but the escalation it gotta be escalated. It gotta be escalated more. You know, it's not at its height yet. You know, so Babylon, he got a few more things to do. You know, for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua just come down on his ass. You know, because hey, he's still reaching his heights. You know, because that time when he reaches highest, like the brother going that pinnacle, then his hardest fall comes. You know.
97 and 8, since you said something the later things. In verse 7 and 8, it says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows."
All these we in the beginning of sorrows. You know, but the end, hey, don't get it wrong, the end is already manifest now. But we just wait. You know, we gotta be against our patience. That's that patience in running this race. You know, the escalation, de-escalation, escalation, de-escalation. Yeah. But also that's a sifting process too, right? You know, that's a sifting part where the Lord just wants us to continue the race, and we will call if you part of the elect. You're gonna race it all the way to the finish line, man. Because you're gonna know when you're at the line, you're gonna know when you finish. You're gonna know when you see your house shot coming in them clouds. You're gonna know that's it. You're gonna know. Hey, you're gonna know. Even when the mandate on the MOTB, you're gonna know that we drawing 9, we close. Even when the mandate on it's like the MOBT, man. We're gonna know. Hey, we're closer than ever, man. Because now, hey, you ain't in the again those comforts, everything being stripped from you. Hey, but the Lord gonna take care of his, man. You got it, bro.
It's Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3.
Yeah.
For the vision is yet on a point of time, but the end, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
It seems like it's taking a long time, but everything is on the time of Yahweh Shai. Everything got his own appointed time. You know, everything is being set up. You never know. Hey, Mills has got to be pointed. But you know, I'm pretty sure. Hey, Mills is already pointed over this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But hey, Esau, he just got to get in and get his hands dirty, man. You know, right now, bro.
It's just that time.
Yeah,
It's all the Lord time.
Yep.
And then because the Lord is doing a lot of things at one time. You know, he's testing the patience to be a labor. You know, he's allowing people to be, you know, in a deep coma, you know, to be in a illusion. He's allowing people to, you know, just run amok in wickedness.
Everything is being built.
So everything, the people, there's a certain level, like people, like we gotta fulfill what we gotta fulfill on the right hand. Everybody got to fulfill, they got to fulfill on the left hand. But there's a certain amount of wickedness that niggas got to do, Esau got to do. Like the niggas got a checklist they got to go through. Then the end. So it's already a point. Speaking about how the end waited for thee. So the end is there. We moving to the end. The end is already there. You know?
This is Psalm chapter 37, verse 35. I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I saw him, but he could not be found.
So, hey, the Lord, wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, right? And this man is everywhere with his wickedness, right? And when the Lord take this nigga down, they're gonna be like, as though he was not, man. You know? So the Lord he's not gonna miss none of you, man, and none of your ways, man. Because all you got, all like again, to go into the uproot. All your ways got to be uprooted out the earth. So hey, the eyes of the Lord, hey, they everywhere, man. He know who your spirits are, you know, of the Father's spirits, man. So you can't pull one over on Yahweh shot. Can't cover his eyes. The precept.
You got something? Okay, go ahead. This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 5. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms. You know, this place it's about to be brought low on a economic scale, and on that social scale. This place is about to be brought low militarily. You know, this place you finna see, because it's been a lady for so long. Like, she don't know poverty. She don't know what's to be like, like these third world countries, and she doubt she gonna be that way. You know,
She don't know widowhood.
Con. This is verse 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance. I've given them into thy hand, and thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou buried and laid thy yoke. And during just look, now, during slavery, and now look how hard they work our elders. Look how hard they work to try to get to the young and pollute them and work them. They're all even their middle-aged folks is well off. It's well constructed, without care. And look how hard y'all doing, the 12 tribes. It's on a whole completely different level. And the Most High sees that. Yahweh Shem sees that. This shows you that he's taking note of that, and it's gonna be on your head. Verse 7, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither did I remember the latter end of it. You ain't put it in mind, you ain't put no thought to it, like how this is gonna come back, how Hashem Shai is gonna repay you, how you're going to reap what you sow. You ain't laid to heart, you laid to the side, you didn't care how the end was going to be.
Because you didn't consider the ways of the Lord, and how you gonna have to fulfill that prophecy of basically drinking double the cup. Everything gonna be brought upon your ass 2 times. You didn't think about none of that. You just was a madman, going throughout the earth, especially using that Esau spirit that you in from the slave Jacob. From the slave Jacob. That's something.
Yeah, continue.
I ain't too long. Let me go read it.
Verse 8. Therefore hear now this, that thou art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that says in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
And you look at what Americans consume, niggas arguing about being cancer. Niggas talking about, Charleston White. Like that's the headline for niggas, man. The NBA finals. This is the niggas headline. But here it is. We got actual war happening, man. Like we at the threshold, okay, of global war. All right. And the nigga mindset is on careless things, man. Things don't matter. But this is a very vain culture in America, man. They glorify vanity, man. Shit that don't matter. That's why women gonna get their body done. They glorify. They put in the heaven worship. Okay, niggas rich going to prison every day just to try to get clout because they glorify. So this is a culture that's full of vanity, man. Okay, niggas do everything for status. Their status is glorified in society. So this is a culture where vanity is glorified. So while people are calling for vanity, a real situation every that's why a lot of people, they're not gonna get the wake-up call to the nukes in the air. That's gonna be a lot of people wake-up call the nukes in the air, real time. People gonna bullshit to the nukes in the air, man. That's why people talking what the days are over. They still be living these carefree lives. Eating and drinking. Yep. Until what? The day Noah went into the boat. So until the actual day the nukes go off, niggas gonna be bullshit, man. The Americans gonna be bullshit, man.
It's 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 7. Yep. It says, but the end of all things is at hand.
Yep.
Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer.
Yep. It said be ye sober and watch unto prayer. Being level minded in these times. It ain't the time to be, actually drunk out your mind, but ultimately talking about being sober in spirit. Have a balance in the spirit and be aware of spiritual things that happen in real time. And you gotta see these things in the spirit, these events that's happening in real time. You gotta be sober enough in the spirit to understand what these things mean. Because when you're sober, you have your clarity, okay, you have your memory, you're able to, you have your intuitions. You see? So we should be operating soberly in the spirit, man. In these times, man, there's a lot of things happening real time, man, that's leading to the end. This is brother, started off the lesson, man. End game.
Yeah, sober is the opposite of drunk. We being sober. In spirit, we not drunk with all the examples we just went into. The NBA finals, Diddy shit, R. Kelly. These people are drunk with all the entertainment and the shit that Esau got to keep their mind and spirit.
Drunk with folly. You say folly is great dignity. This is Ecclesiastes 10:6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place.
Yeah, so folly, is a culture. That's why you got people that go live just to be in folly. You got niggas that's rich just because they can run fast. That nigga, I show speed. But all the nigga do is run. You know what I'm saying? But then they got being followed, nigga pay attention to what he say. Okay, Logan, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, like it's folly. All this folly, and that's the standard of this society is folly, man. Because Esau rewards folly because that's how he wants to come in person to be in that goofy spirit while he's still in digital prison. Esau wants you niggas to be goofy, silly, okay, everything a joke while he is dead ass serious about building a digital prison and depopulating you niggas, right? Because when me and the brother went into it, AI need a lot of these resources, man. All right, and you niggas in the way, AI take a lot of water, it take a lot of other grids, the energy grids. You see, so in order to fuel his AI, which is gonna be the new governor, okay, the new government of his new world order, he needs to get rid of a lot of people, man. Okay, so while you playing, and you people think TikTok, all right, and Snapchat and Club and you think all this shit forever, man. Esau got plans for you, but the Lord got plans for Esau. All right. So you people are so lost, you can't even see what's happening around you. You're not sober in the spirit, you're drunken. Yeah.
Sirach 10:6. This folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
So this the word folly in the etymon. That back in too, bro. Mental wickedness, it's like mental weakness, foolish behavior of character, unwise conduct, including wickedness, lewdness, madness, folly, madness, stupidity, an example of foolishness. That's everyday life of America, man. Because then it said the rich sitting in low place. And what we're rich in, we're rich in character. We're becoming rich in character, we're rich in faith. Real people, James 4:5. The rich sit in low place. Okay. So in this society, when you are upstanding man, all right, you're in a low position. They're not putting men with value in places of power. Okay, if you have standards, okay, even if you're a woman, if you're in order to your husband, that's mockery. Yeah. So this is a society where righteousness is ridiculed. Okay, and righteousness is at a low place, is not valued here, man. Okay, only folly is valued here. That's what's in the high position. That's why to make it in this world, you gotta constantly drop your morals and standards, your beliefs, okay? And you gotta get with the bullshit, man. Oh, done. Yeah. And
I just Isaiah 5 basically saying Isaiah 5:20. Yeah. Woe unto you, they call evil good and good evil. They put darkness for light and light for darkness. They put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
Yep. And it's backwards. Here it is, they say that masculinity is toxic. Because a man wants to rule his household. That's toxic. But then a woman ruling the household and raising up a generational monster, that's not toxic. Okay? It's backwards, man. Matter of fact, they glorify that, even though I say that last Tyler Perry movie. Okay? What name is she? Straw, yeah, Straw. You see, this is what they glorify. Okay, she's a victim and she's a hero. But then a man, a single father, you know, society like that, they don't even matter. You know, but a single mother is just glorified as a great hero. Okay, but then the men are looked at as toxic, oppressive, and in a way. Okay, here it is. You have a nation in power. All right, they just go wage war on these different nations for their own personal agenda. But then they're able to get on the knees and be the heroes, and the nations are villains. And the people that they're terrorized are the villains, and they're the victims and the heroes. It's a backwards ass society, man. Okay, so
It's James chapter 2, verse 5.
Yep.
Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not Yahweh Shema Shai chose the poor of this world, rich and excuse me. Have not Yahweh Shema Shai chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith?
Rich in faith. See, the Lord has allowed us to become rich in faith. You know, when you're rich in faith, you become rich in wisdom. Because if you believe, well, you're going to get into this. You're going to become wise. You know, you're going to become a man of understanding. If you really believe this, you become wise and become a man of understanding. You know, and what you're making us rich in character, man. Okay, because true riches come with when Yahweh shall return. You know, we're gonna get material wealth and things. Okay, but the beginning of wisdom, the beginning of riches is what? Wisdom, true wisdom, which is what we have, and we're gonna get the material wisdom when Yahweh shall returns, and we're gonna be equipped to be able to manage. Okay, the physical and material wealth that the Lord is gonna give us. Right now, we have the intangible wealth, man, which is faith, wisdom, understanding, trust. Okay, and this world don't got it. We're gonna see that this world doesn't have it when society clamps down more and more.
And heirs of the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him.
And heir to the kingdom. So the one that's rich in faith, that's rich in his wisdom, that's rich in his trust, these are the men that the Lord is grooming to be heirs with him. Now, that dream you had, like get used to being around you, man. You know, a rock side of the vision.
Now, this is going to what the brother was saying about wisdom. When we have wisdom, you know, scripture said wisdom, when you get it, she comes with everything else.
Yep.
You know, wisdom is above materialistic things, monetary things. Wisdom come above all that. This is Proverbs chapter 3, starting at verse 13. The title of Wisdom is Precious. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, the man that getteth the understanding.
Yep.
Verse 14. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof with fine gold.
You know, because see, we have the wisdom to understand the source of everything. See, we understand, like everybody don't have the wisdom to understand that the Most High that He is. You know, people still think they got free will. People still think that this random events happen. No, they're happening because He is. This is His will happen. So we have a wisdom that's beyond tangible things that you can feel and touch. Okay, no, we have a wisdom for the spiritual insight of a higher power and how He operates. We learn how He operates in the new. You know.
Verse 15. She is more precious than rubies, and all things that cannot desire are not compared to her. Length of days is in her right hand,
Yep.
and in her left hand riches and honor.
Yo, so length of days with immortality. Like what we're doing is leading to immortality. Just like right now, I here standing on the street corner. This is wise. To most people, what we're foolish for the sake of Yahweh Shai. But this is wisdom. Lord, these men that you see on the highways and byways, the Lord gonna bless these men with immortality and with the wealth and power and resources to go with it. You know,
I want to say, what's this says, honor that mother and father, and you should have a long life. Father and mother, you should have a long life. You know that's going back to what law, statutes, commandments, and that's part of that wisdom. You know, and it's going to lengthen your life because those who have that installed in them is what going to be eternal.
And that's what's in Proverbs 8, last verse said, he that wrong his soul, Look,
hate to be.
yeah, either hate me, yeah. They love them. They love them, something like that. So,
Yeah. Verse 17. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her.
So wisdom said her ways are patient. Okay, and if you live life according to wisdom, it produces the peace that this world will never give us. You know, because this world kept us chasing. You know, low self-esteem. Okay, kept us tangled and distracted. Low frequency, slave to lust. You know, but if we operate with wisdom, we're becoming free. But discipline is a part of the world. You know, so we take a hold of discipline. These things have to produce, peace. You know, but Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters, that's once again, we're gonna turn the face to east and give all praise to.
yeah, how about Shem Yahushua, by Shem Kakadash?
And double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations, hopefully, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.